everybody, we're here this week for my weekly recommendations, and this week we're going to cover just what's looking good in the garden center. So we're going to cover some trees, we're going to cover some perennials, and some annuals. So we're going to start out in the nursery. First up is Leptodermis, which is a great dwarf shrub, about 1 to 2 feet by 1 to 2. Pretty floriferous flower habit. Main flower is in the spring, and then you get some free flowering throughout the rest of the season. So you do get a lot of color on this plant. It likes full sun, and like I said, it's about a 2 by 2 at maturity plant. So it's a nice for in a small bed or towards the front of your landscape bed. The Rosa Sharon are looking really great. They are a larger variety. They're going to get about 7 foot tall. They are the seedless variety, so they are not going to reseed, and you will have them everywhere. So that's a great feature. And then we're going to step back here. The Calicarpa, or beautyberry, they're just getting ready. They're just starting to flower now, and they get a really nice purple berry on them in the fall. So this is Plump and Plentiful. This is a smaller variety. It gets about 3 by 3. And this one is Purple Pearls, and this one gets a 5 by 5. So this is a little bit larger if you have a bigger bed, or if you want to stick it towards the back of the bed to get your height. So off to the perennial section. Before we hit the perennial section, I just wanted to mention that the dappled willow shrubs are back in stock. They were out of stock and we had a lot of demand for them, so they are back in stock now, along with smoked bush. We have some 9-bark, some really nice 9-bark back in stock as well. And I also wanted to mention too, we have some questions lately on why are leaves starting to turn already, and they're starting to drop leaves. Well, that is due to the stress that we're having with the drought and the heat. So it is expediting fall. So the plants are stressed, not getting enough water, not used to having this much heat. So what they're doing, they're actually progressing into like their fall mode, and they're starting to drop their leaves, starting to change colors. So if you notice, like your aronias or your smoke bushes already starting to turn color. My bottlebrush buckeyes at home are starting to turn yellow and drop their leaves. So that is part of this, having this dry summer and not a lot of water. So if you are seeing that in your landscape, that is why. Off to the perennial section. All right, we made it to the perennial section. We're going to cover some plants that's on this end cap that are all blooming right now. So the first off is Tradescantia. It's more of a chartreuse colored leaf with the purple flower. I'm going to get you about 1 foot tall, likes the sun. Then right behind this is Plumbago. And this one's really cool because not only do you get the flower color, but in the fall you get a fall color, like a red fall color, just like a burning bush. So it's great addition to the landscape. This does tend to get a little wider, more like a ground cover. So great filler per se. This one here is Nepeta. This one's called Neptune. Going to get you about 1 foot tall. The pollinators love this. Along with what's behind it is AGASTACHE. This is going to get you a little bit taller. This variety here is Blue Fortune, and it's going to get you 3 foot tall. And the pollinators love this too. I mean, you can see all the bees on it. I have this in my yard, and as this matures, it gets a nice big mound, and the bees and butterflies won't stay off of it. So all of these are for sun, and they range anywhere from 1 foot tall, like these front 3, all the way to 3 foot tall on the AGASTACHE. So you want to add this more towards the back of your bed, or if you have a larger bed, put it towards the middle. So there'd be some great additions. And then right behind me is perennial hibiscus. They have just started to open up and bloom, and we have a couple different colors. We got red and pink, and they're in a 3 foot range, the 2 varieties that we have, and they're also a great fall color to add into your landscape beds. All right, we're going to finish up here with the annuals. So we just got some fresh product in. We got some Million Bells, some straw flower, and some smaller asters in 4-inch pots, which are great for making some fall containers. Also have some Vermillionaire Kufia, which is really nice. Pollinators love that. Hummingbirds really love this one because of the trumpet flower. Some asters in the back. Celosia has some really nice color for some height, more for the center of the pot if you're doing a pot. Nemesia smells great. This is Strobilanthes. It's not flowering right now, but it gets a little small yellow button flower on it, which is actually edible. But they're going to be flowering pretty soon. Ornamental peppers. And then we have some great coleus, zinnias, and Pennisetum grasses, which are great for in the ground or in a container. If you are putting them in a container, they do get large, so make sure you have a large container to accommodate that. We have some really great fall container gardens already pre-made too, if you want to come in and check those out. So thanks for tuning in this week, and have a great week.